Greetings, I am Lies and I use she, her.
And I am Scandal and I use they, them.
And let's play a game together.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's do it. Alright, so we are back in the studio. We are trying to figure out this young individual and also this, complex lady who has clearly had many things happen in her life. But also we are trying to figure out what being the extremely wokeness of real is.
Yeah, because honestly that just sounds goofy.
It sounds to me, okay, so I have had things like that used on me in my life, and even just being real itself. And what it has always been for me, with my experiences, which doesn't mean this isn't universal, is basically someone going, there's a thing you don't understand that you just need to grasp. It can't be explained, it can't be told, it can't be taught. It just has to be found and discovered.
The thing you have to figure out. I'm like,
motherfucker,
then why do we have teachers?
And it's basically a way of othering you and going, you just aren't there yet because you don't have whatever it is.
Well, and the thing is for me, it's also a level of classism and basically excusing you from the conversation, saying you're not valid because you didn't have arbitrary A, B, and C thing that even I probably don't fully understand. As soon as somebody basically, I think, starts to refuse to explain shit to you, when you genuinely do not know, I would tell people to get fucked because that's ridiculous.
Alright, so you were leaning towards, you said you knew Granddad.
I was going more, towards Granddad, but I'm not sure. So we brought up Granddad, so I guess the other thing you mentioned was you were interested in the herbalist tinctures, because we've never brought it up. Mm-hmm. But the thing is we've never also brought up the Granddad thing.
I say she brought up the Granddad thing.
So I'm like, I don't know.
I say, it depends. Do we want to know more about her vice, her own personal challenge, and how she sees herself? Do we want to know more about our history related to her, Granddad's experience? Mm-hmm. Or are we like, hey, what's your hobby?
Right? I don't...
And so I would tend to dig in with you have just admitted that your vice is gluttony. So, you mentioned being on a diet. Those flow very naturally to me, which is the only reason I went there.
Okay. Since I really don't have any better reason, we'll just go with you mentioned being on a diet. Okay. I don't really like any of these, because this... Again, I'm not sure what the thought process is here. Uh-huh. I'm still really disoriented.
It's basically the only three things she's really ever talked about, except for vaguely acting.
Right.
And that you must be a fanboy.
Right. You mentioned being on a diet.
I need to be. Look at me.
I am looking. But you are mistaken.
The thing is... Okay, so... You can tell someone that you like the way they look, but it doesn't change their opinion of the way they look. Mm-hmm. And so, saying they are mistaken, while it can be a charming way to go, no, you're wrong about self-deprecating yourself, it also invalidates their own perception of themselves. So, it does both.
The thing that I think is really interesting... Oh my god. Okay, so when people are actually really confident in the way that they look, and they're fine and they feel great, and they go, I think I look fantastic, even if somebody compliments them on something, and I'm largely talking about men, for example, catcalling women. Okay. There's also a level of the person then gets really offended if you go, yeah, I do look really good, thank you. Mm-hmm. I worked really hard on it.
So it
they go, you're basically bragging, and you're going like, but I worked on this. I am agreeing with you. I look good.
So it depends... Okay,
but I'm saying in this case, what's bugging me is going like, she's allowed to deprecate and he has to basically buoy her up. Mm. But if she was ever to be really like, oh, I'm fantastic in this, whatever else, you're sort of like, whoa, you're a little bit much.
Would he agree with her, or would he be like, of course? Uh-huh. Sort of the way he was put off by the banker a little bit, of going, well, you're not a traditional subject, or what I'm usually interested in.
I'm almost finished.
Also, we got 2 silhouettes out of her. I wonder if it was possible to get 2 out of the banker, and it just would have depended on our word choices.
Probably depended on
because that was the sort of thing, if it sort of flashed and then we lost it.
Yeah.
And which is interesting.
I don't get what the point is here.
And... I think you would be pleased.
Your beauty is here on the canvas, or you are a wonderful model.
We've been trying to shy away from calling her beautiful, because she clearly doesn't think she's beautiful anymore. Mm-hmm. And that is just directly contradicting her, and also going to well, what's important about you is this thing that you don't have in the same way anymore. Mm-hmm. So, and also he doesn't seem to put other people's opinions about his own work into their mouths, so it's probably you're a wonderful model.
Probably. Let's just go there. You are a wonderful model.
honestly, I wonder for a second. So see where it flashed and then we solidified it and then it flashed? Maybe that's letting you know when it does the little, musical cue and you get this outline of a thing and then it goes away.
Mhm.
That's this next conversation has a chance to explore this piece of them, and you may or may not do it successfully. Maybe that's an actual
I would
convention
love
of the
to
game.
know that that's what's going on, but also then that might actually make more sense as to why. So this game, and I'm talking about the game in the overarching world, has what is called a season pass, which you're basically just buying a temporary license to be able to play this game in order to mine it for content. So it's like $9.99 or whatever a month or something like that. And I don't know if we have a version that allows you to do that, but I looked at it and I was like, that is pretty shitty in my opinion. But as far as I understand,
to buy a season pass to a game that you can just purchase outright,
except for the fact that I'm saying that we might not have that. I don't know, because as we have said, we don't go back and play these games again, and we haven't tried to replay what we've already done, so I have no idea if we can go back and see if we can mine for other content, basically, as it were.
Which would be weird. It'd be really fascinating, and I've never seen it before, if the game we bought and own right here, in the bundle that we bought it in.
We did not buy it in a
Or
bundle.
no, we bought it on its own?
It was a free game
on
the
free game.
Epic Store.
Right, I forgot about that. Sorry. This game that was discounted to free at one point. I forgot which one it was in. Sorry. I was just saying, and that when the Epic Store was promoting it, if it expires once you play through it once, and then basically uninstalls itself or something.
Or again, if you want to play it again, you have to buy the season pass.
Exactly.
Which I'm like, so at what point would you then be able to buy the game?
I don't know.
Like,
I'm
what
curious.
is, can you just buy it outright, or do you only have to use the season pass? Which to me would be really frustrating, because then you'd be like, what if I buy the season pass and then I get really busy and then I have no time for it? I just wasted $9.99?
And
That's the thing that sort of, like, irritates. Like, me, in the wider sort of gaming world, that just makes me angry, but I don't like not owning things that I pay for.
Yes. I would say, I'm not a big subscriber to services. I'm more a purchaser of things.
Yes.
All right. Bless you.
Excuse me.
Pardon. Many
Yeah.
blessings.
Happy to.
Why do you hesitate?
Aye, because I had a grand time.
Because I had to sneeze a lot.
A lot of sneezing, sorry.
Hi. Not satisfied? I'm lost. I'm missing something. He's always missing something.
Well, he's always missing something.
Or not satisfied. It's either one of those.
I've seen more layers with you than any of my earlier models.
You mean the one?
But I know I'm missing something.
Is that why you can't sleep?
It's worse than that. I have blackouts, and I have this feeling that I'm empty.
Oh.
I have no layers at all.
I am one of 3 sisters.
I don't understand.
My sisters...
No.
No. My sisters are strong. Admired. Great women. It was easy to tell when we were children. They were destined for great things. I was not. Oh, no.
There she is. But you're a great actress.
Too many in Venetian society.
Vienna society.
Sorry, Vienna society. There is no such thing. Many think us little better than whores.
Yes, actually, acting was greatly fucking dissed on.
In
Especially,
a lot of ways.
the funny thing that I think about that is that as far as I can tell, a lot of that shift also happened more aggressively when you started introducing women into it. Not that acting beforehand, so like in Shakespeare's time, it was considered to basically be more than usual like paupers entertainment. So even then, it wasn't really all that respected. Also, some people actually thought like acting was like witchcraft.
They were super superstitious of it.
They were like,
really
oh my god, you
sus.
become someone else. Like,
They
you
were
really
sus.
are how deeply like, oh my god. But some places, like, depending on your culture, really thought it was amazing. This great, powerful art. Or again, as like Galileo said years ago, going like, or no, not Galileo, excuse me. Just one of the great old philosophers, around Aristotle's time, going like, art needs to exist to educate kind of thing. And then other
Right.
people going, you should just be able to explore whatever
It's
the
just
fuck you
art.
want. Yeah.
All right.
But a little better than whores.
And some people did. They really did. They were like, that is not an admirable career. That's not something that you need a degree for. It's not something you worked for. It's not something that, whatever. It's just kind of glamorous and empty. There is no in between.
Is this new? My god, it's new.
It is not new. It has been that way for ages.
No, but I'm having my experience, lady.
Talking about you.
Me.
And yes,
No, I see more.
to you.
No! Come back! No! It's gone! I've lost it. It's gone.
Curtain closed.
Why would she say that?
say she was probably at a point of going, I'm done talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're freaking out about it, I'm not just here to soothe you.
Yes, which is real good boundaries, but also I'd be like, whoa, okay.
Whoa. Yeah.
Hours later, I finished the painting at dawn. Now it is near dawn again. Wow, she stayed for a long time.
Uh-huh.
I've lost an entire day.
To something.
And my fate awaits me. I'm like, I swear to God, you drink.
Yes.
What's going... You're blacking out because you're getting fucking drunk off your ass because you go into basically such a... I don't want to call it that because I feel like it's such a fucking, like, harmful stereotype, but it's the artistic passion.
Yeah.
The passionate artistic fit that seizes truly great and creative minds. And my fate makes me sneeze.
I was gonna say, now you've passed it to me, I get to sneeze.
All right.
If anyone else hears the sneezing and has to sneeze, bless you.
Bless. You are blessed. And my fate awaits me.
I'm also waiting for someone in the comments. Bless you.
Bless.
I've seen it before. It's very charming.
Madam, they're not. The actress. She's a woman full of love.
Is she?
There was something I couldn't capture. Her full, like that, the distress, the pure, like, agony of not.
Also, that wasn't just a silhouette. That was something intense. Like going, woo.
I can see that it's missing.
But I can't do anything about it.
Night. An old portrait doesn't capture them.
Portrait of servant.
See if you say anything different. What did I see in her? Hope? To escape her life? Someday.
My first painting. Let's look at it again.
Layers of this man. Looks like your grandpa to me.
It does, actually.
I guess that's it again.
It's out we go. To the home. I love how the layers are just sitting there. It's kind of wild. Ooh, moon.
Hello.
Oh, hang on. Is this like a little cutscene? Do we go back to Gemma?
The following morning.
I hope you were able to wash yourself, good individual.
Like, please.
Oh, and we have to go back to the parlor again, or whatever.
Do we go to the parlor, or do we go to the...
Well, that one's your studio, which we don't need.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm like. Are we going to the workshop?
I say we want to go to the salon to show off the painting, remember? Because that's all we do.
What a life. I just make art, and then I go to a salon and go, hey, bitches, do you like it?
It's also, now that I have access to the salon, it is the center of my life.
Right.
And I only just got access to, oh no, you did not. You didn't shower, you didn't change, you didn't do anything. You're a mess. But somehow you got your painting here. You got your painting here anyway. Amazing. Oh.
Klimt, please excuse my appearance. The painting, what do you think?
Interesting.
I think that's all he cares about at this point. Like, this seems like he's just a mess.
Yes.
The painting, what do you think?
My boy! How you got our greatest actress to pose like that? I'll never know.
Is it so dreadful?
Dreadful? It's brilliant. Your growth between this painting and your last is amazing.
I'm like, honey bunny, can we, like, tell him to go to sleep? Like, do we have an option for, like we did for Wilma, of just go to sleep? Like, this is not cool. Okay, so if I've been having a really weird reaction to this, where there's almost really is just sort of a glorification of artistic abuse.
Again, of like depression and pain and overwork and the hard, intense work of doing stuff. And that it has to be incredibly hard, painful, difficult work. You can't just figure it out in a peaceful, light environment.
No, you can't. And I'm actually kind of...
It has to be the tormented artist.
That thing that we mentioned about being real. Why it sounds so fucking full of its own ass is because it's like only real suffering can bring about great art.
Basically, I have to say, and I'm getting that, is basically going, grandfather would be saying she's real because she understands the depth and complexity and pain of life.
Yes.
But going, if you don't live in a society that's
painful?
That is painful. Yeah. There is no pain to life. Okay, so there's a thing that's happening around the U.S. where recently a bill was passed where you can no longer use Indigenous people as your mascots.
Yes.
And so all the people, all of these schools or sports teams or whatever that have them have to change them up, right?
Right.
And
we're only saying this because we got an announcement, and because in our area they're actually specifically they're like, of the schools, like there's one of them that actually uses basically an Indigenous individual as a mascot.
And it's just trying to plumb the entire community for, hey, does anyone want to submit ideas for this? You know, we've had this for like 70 years. What do you think would do it?
But I laughed
Oh.
So, because my friend, here, go ahead.
I wasn't even interested in that part.
No,
so
it's fine. I
in
thought
the,
it was funny.
In the interest of moving forward, I was going to say, the point to this is that they said that they wanted to maintain the idea of being a fighter, of being a warrior, of being a soldier, as it were. You know, not to put too fine a point on things. I was going to say, and I'm like, if you don't think of your world as a war, you don't need to fight against it. Mm-hmm. So you don't need to basically encourage your student body to be that thing.
Yeah.
If you aren't fighting against a society that is at odds and at war with itself, then you don't need to be a soldier, a fighter, a warrior.
Right.
Because you can just live.
You don't need to be the Spartans. You don't need to be the Vikings. You don't need to go, I need to be some sort of aggressor, basically, and violently attack
and
everything.
I need to defend against everything and power through everything. It's like, you don't. If the world is not painful and if people aren't fighting each other, you don't need to do those things.
Mm-hmm, because the thing is like, so as some people have said, it is easier apparently for some people to imagine basically the end of the world than the end of capitalism. Like, that is sort of the same thing of going like, you cannot conceive, apparently, of a world in which you are not a fighter.
I say, and yet there are places in the world that don't use capitalism at all.
Yeah, they really don't.
Some of them are really, really tiny little places, individual, like, smaller communities and things.
But Vietnam does it.
I say some of them are quite a bit bigger, and some of them are very healthy and thriving with, basically communalism of some kind. And I'm not saying socialism, it's because socialism is modeled in a way where it makes sense, but it is a type of communalism where we're all working together.
Yeah.
Anyway, and your last is amazing. Please excuse my appearance. I think we would talk about that, honestly.
I think I'd be like,
I've just realized, now that I've gotten the thing that I need, the air that I was waiting for, I go, oh, I'm kind of a mess.
All right,
Sorry.
Klimt, please excuse my appearance.
You look terrible, Macker. Whatever's the matter?
I'm also like, why is he the tortured artist? And now you're being like, and Klimt is fine.
Klimt
now
looks
I've heard
super put together.
some accusations that Klimt was kind of a creep or had some issues or whatever it was, but I don't know. Because I'm wondering, then why would you portray him like this? Like, I'm getting mixed messages going, is the artistic experience then destructive, or is it just destructive for this one particular character?
I think, okay.
And he's the true artist here, and we're going, here's Klimt, great, but he never suffered for it. Like, what is the point?
So based on my experience of the tropes of what it takes to be a great artist is, and this is me wanting to be an artist when I was a kid. All I wanted to be when I was a kid was an artist. And I researched it and I tried to pursue it, and my family was not into it at all. But I got very exposed to the tropes, the ideals, the concepts. The idea is that you have to go through this to become this. That you can't just start out bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and then become smooth and successful and confident. You start out innocent and pure and a blank slate with ideas, and then you have to dig into the depths of your pain and your art and your creativity.
You have to,
and the destructive nature of passion.
Re-traumatize yourself for the whole world to see.
I say, and then you can pull it together and become something successful.
Right.
Like, that is the process of artists that I know. You start out as young and green and pure and basically naive. Then you realize the intense, profound pain of the world.
Right.
And it incredibly shapes you and your art. And then, if you're real good, you work through that to become sage and wise and worldly and balanced, real. So you've truly, clearly understood it all.
Yeah.
And then you can be that thing.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
That's the process I'm familiar with, and I think that's what they're displaying here.
Okay.
All right. Whatever is the matter?
I'm tired.
I imagine you are. You don't seem to actually sleep.
Just a little tired.
Yes. Tired? Would you allow me to paint you? I'll call it The Walking Dead. Oh my god. You're hilarious. I mean, isn't she right there?
No, that's not her at all.
Oh, because she can only wear the red dress?
Yes. They never change character sprites in that way at all.
So this is just the other two women again.
Yep.
But her hair looks incredibly like hers turned this way. And I'm just like, I'm kind of entertained.
Yeah, kind of. Not
It's
exactly.
okay.
It's okay.
All right.
Have you seen Fraulein Longesack?
If all we're looking for is approval, we're probably going to ask about that.
We're going to destroy ourselves. Great, I'm so excited. Have you seen Fraulein Longesack?
I doubt she knows you brought another painting. I'll telephone her. Oh. And will she come?
Well, yeah,
probably only because Klimt asked her to.
Probably.
Mm-hmm. Those sleeves are amazing when she's walking. Are you all right?
See what I mean, though? Like, the hair is not exactly, this is choppy and comes out, and this is
No,
round.
and I see that. But when
Yeah.
it was reversed, she looks a lot more like her, you know?
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm
not sure.
I think, actually, at this point, I actually don't know.
I think it's I've had an answer, and I've kind of broken down, and I'm not sure.
But the thing is, if you're immediately going to jump to, I need to see her, does that make sense?
But
Where
again,
I'd be like, my painting, you wouldn't go to, I'm not sure.
You went to basically Klimt of going, what do you think of this? God, I might not be doing okay. Holy shit, is she around? Okay, you're calling her. You know, so you're going back and forth.
But, like, you could have hyped yourself back up again, going like, oh my gosh, she's here, and then she's walking over and going, my painting!
All right, and you just scramble up to her and be like, my painting!
Yeah.
I can see that.
So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Mm-hmm. Like, I get your point with I'm not sure. Like, I do.
I don't know if he's actually going to be vulnerable or just obsessed. Let's go with obsessed.
Alright, sure, my painting.
You've, without even looking at it or taking any time to glance up at the wall, takes a casual glance over her shoulder. You've made great progress.
That's what I'm saying, like, again, what... Okay, so I should probably have clarified in the last one. What is the point of her as a critic?
I don't know.
Like, I don't know. There's some great progress.
As I knew you would. Once I told you what to do. Go, get real, go spend time with your grandpa.
You knew I would?
Forget the painting.
Forget the painting?
For now, Margaret. Just for now. You really don't look well. What happened to you? I got real.
Alright, it happens every time, or you would be honest at this point.
Just be like, I had a blackout.
I had a blackout. More than one.
What do you mean?
I lose hours. They're just blank.
Okay, so I've had a roommate before that was like, I don't sleep. I just lose time. I'm just there, awake in my room, and just like hours go by in dissociation. I just lose time. It's just gone. I'm like, I have walked and seen you with your room door open and you collapse dead on the bed, where I can even be like, hello, and talk to you, and there's nothing, and you're dead. And then you'll come stumbling out of your room 3 hours later and going, I've lost time. You were asleep. No, I wasn't. I'm like, what you're having is that dead.
And the thing is I can confirm this because I did this to this person as well. I was like, I can't, because I came by and I was going to drop something off, and I literally walked inside because I had to give this to them. And then I walked in and I was like, hello? You know, try to, like, but I wasn't going to poke them awake, but dead snoring. Completely. And they were like, oh my God, I don't know what happened. And I was like, you were asleep.
And they're like, no, I wasn't. Like, she was insistent. I am not sleeping. And it's like, what you're having is basically exhaustion sleep, where you're not hitting deep, restful sleep. You're just knocking yourself out.
Yes.
And so you're not getting the, I feel as though time has elapsed while sleeping, and I am in a state of, like comfortable REM where I can remember my dreams.
Right.
What you're having is, I have passed out into profound exhaustion sleep, and you can't remember any of it. And I'm like, you would not believe. 4 different witnesses, you were asleep. No, I wasn't. Yes, you were. I walked into your room and talked to you. No, you did? Yes. Now, the thing is she always had her room door open, and she's like, walk in anytime the room door is open, kind of thing. So it wasn't like we were just, bursting in through the door or anything like that. She was relatively comfortable as a roommate in that way.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, but it was sort of like, she just was adamant. I haven't been sleeping. And it's like, whatever you are doing, your eyes are closed. The vehemence
you're
unresponsive.
Her beliefs was strong.
You have deep, quiet breaths, or you're snoring. We believe that's sleep.
Like, you're as far as I can tell, you are dead the fuck asleep.
Yes. And it's like, no, I've just lost time. And I don't know. Could be happening to this person through anxiety as well. When does this happen?
After every painting?
Maybe. You need a doctor.
I just need some sleep.
Then go to bed. No. You need Freud. Oh God, Freud's gonna be in this one too?
Is that Freud spelled correctly?
F-R-U-E-D? E-U-D.
I thought it was U-E-D.
I'm not sure.
Hang on, my brain's suddenly freaked out.
Hold on, half a second.
We're both looking.
I'm just gonna be like...
My friend will beat me there.
Sigmund Freud.
Like, just do it.
No, F-R-E.
Oh, I thought somebody had like... Alright, it's fine.
Austrian neurologist.
Oh boy, I'm so excited.
In fact.
You need... Freud.
You need Freud.
Freud.
Oh my God, and he just goes. Look at the amount
Dr.
of detail
Freud's office.
Alright, but yeah.
Just keep talking.
I was gonna say, just keep talking.
About what?
Anything that comes to your mind. Pictures, words, stories.
I see people in layers. I wonder how you're supposed to help me. I have this recurring dream. So I think he's like, okay, this is usually how he works. So I see people in layers.
And so the thing is we've talked about layers a lot. So he's being pretty direct of going, I see people in layers.
Like,
and
he's very rote in that way. So sticking with your rote, especially to begin with, makes sense.
Also going, I'm going to start on this level and go, the thing that's distressing me is that I see people in layers and I want to put it on canvas.
Right, I see people in layers.
You mean, ogres are like onions.
Oh boy.
You mean like onions?
No!
What do these layers look like?
It depends on the layers. Some look like the person. Some look entirely different. More like a symbol? It's hard to describe.
Naturally. If it were easy, you wouldn't need me.
They shift in and out of my perception.
What do you think they stand for?
Everything I'm not, aspects of their personalities, I don't know.
I
thought it was aspects
of their. I was gonna say, I believe he thinks it's aspects of their personalities because that's what he keeps seeing.
Mm-hmm. Because he also says, we talked about it before, going like, personality makes sense. Like, we had picked from the very beginning, going, I see layers, and these are layers of people, and also going aspects of their personalities. You're not seeing, because he also then literally screamed, going, I have no layers. So you're going, I have no personality. Yeah.
All I am is I paint shit. Yes.
Aspects of their personalities. Oh my god, you know how much that reminds me of like some edgy people who are just like, I am a blank canvas where people can project things onto me and I know exactly how you feel. And you're running into those people and you're like, and I have nothing and whatever, like I have no personality, like, and I'm not a person. And you're like, oh my god.
But everyone projects their, what they believe onto me and I am that.
And I'm like, honey, what it sounds like is you're vaguely describing a BPD experience, which actually isn't really very healthy for you, and you should probably go get help with that, so that you can have your own actual self-identity, because it's actually like usually a sign of extreme trauma that you cannot decide.
I just take on whatever people think they see in me. Honey, no.
Honey, no.
That is, and not that BPD is invalid.
No, not at all.
But it is a painful thing. It is a thing that makes your life hard and complicated. It does not just add to you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Aspects of the personalities.
But I've met some people that are like that and basically going, it's the great torturing of my old soul that I'm just this blank canvas.
And that I can reflect back to people their truths.
Yes, that one too. And do you see your own layers?
I wonder if that's why this one is so fucking weird. If they chose to actually have Freud in this whole chapter, this section that involves Franz,
right? That's
why this is weird, is because they focused everything on his research, and a lot of his research has been kind of aggressively debunked in some way.
It's very awkward.
And I'm like, this is bizarre.
It is.
No.
Why not?
I don't have any.
Rubbish.
I've never been able to see them. As a child, I looked for them in the mirror.
Oh my god, you can't see yourself the same way you see other people, dear.
Oh my god.
Let's just go as a child, because it sounds like you've never re-examined it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sounds like you've pretty much but I've been stuck forever.
I'm also like this again, going like, you are deeply obsessed basically with yourself and going, I see their personalities, or what you believe is their personalities. That's the thing, is what I've been trying to pick is basically what he thinks is going on. And that was the only reason that I thought at all the Fraulein made any sense for going after him, was going, you are so fucking narcissistic. You cannot see beyond your white women bending over with cute portraiture going, no, it's deep and profound. You're literally just doing erotic stuff over and over again and not actually dealing with a person at all.
Or in the case of this, you're just trying to do self-portraits over and over and over again. And honestly, the thing you keep throwing back to with a particular type of male photographer who is just going, I'm just doing these sort of artistic bodyscapes of sexualized white women, going, there is this really strong experience of when I have encountered those artists or seen them or read them talk about themselves, I'd say I'm trying to capture a piece of myself, the dark depths of who I am, of what my soul is through these women. You're trying to do self-portraits with their ass.
I am shoving myself off onto other people rather than doing your own personal introspection at all. And especially on things that I think are young and attractive and appeal to me.
Well, because that's what drives me. That's who I am. I'm carnal, whatever.
Yeah, and you're like...
And the thing is I feel like there may be some of that here, of him going, I am drawn to people that I feel like are basically are complex because I want to be complex.
Yeah.
Not necessarily I admire them, they have things I want. It's not that their personality traits are things you want. It's not that they themselves are things you want. It's not like, oh, my grandpa's a mountain climber. Oh, she's an actress. Oh, they're so real, or whatever it is. It's they have layers I don't.
Well, and that's the other thing going, I liked you pointing out before in one of the episodes going what basically they think is important. And so he's going, oh God, I should go after that, because he keeps forgetting that there are other people in the world who would be like, you're doing fine. Stop listening to the one critic. Stop going, my grandfather, because he said I do mountain climbing, I should do mountain climbing because I'm not a real person. Stop that. Be yourself.
Well, and that's kind of the thing here is going, one, you seem to project really strongly things onto people, and you don't necessarily like you have really strong personal ideals of what people are. I see their souls, but the souls you see don't seem to always be accurate to that person at all. They seem to be something coming more a projection of you.
Right.
But also, it really seems like you are going, I'm going to hinge my entire sanity and comfort on the opinion of this one woman, this one art critic, and nothing else.
Right.
And it's like, why her?
Right.
Why is it because she knows Klimt and Klimt picked up one of your paintings and actually boosted your fame? Like, why would you specifically only care about her opinion and go, I am a mess if I can't impress her?
Yeah, I don't understand this. This is again where I'm like, is this Freudian based though? Like, now I'm kind of wondering going,
if it's Freudian based, it's because she reminds you of your mother.
Yeah, kind of. I need your approval. As a child, I looked for them in the mirror.
Wrong mirror.
Wrong mirror? What does that mean?
I don't know. It sounded good. You're supposed to have an asshole sense of humor sometimes.
I've never been able to see them.
Ah, that's different.
Wrong mirror too, I've never been able to see them. Ah, that's different. What? Do you see layers in people?
I wouldn't call them that.
What do you call them?
We're not here to discuss me. We're here to discuss you.
Okay.
And have we done so?
I don't know what you want me to say.
Many of my patients find it hard to talk about themselves.
That one, my therapist. Why do I know more about
Why do
other
I
people?
keep talking about other people?
Yeah.
There is this thing with people that have been very traumatized about talking about external circumstances a lot. Even as they talk about themselves, even when they're like, my life and my trauma and my pain, they always frame it around other people. This person did this person needed this person caused this. You know, these things were happening around me, not I felt like this.
Yeah.
What I wanted was.
Not I felt like this when they did this. It
Or
is literally
even just-
going, they did this thing, so I responded like, or they did this
Or
thing.
they did this thing, and then this thing happened, and then that thing happened, then this other person did this
And you're
other
not
thing.
even really discussing your feelings
It's
at
just
all.
a giant story.
Yeah, to talk about themselves. What do you do?
I kick the furniture after they leave.
Does that help?
No, it hurts like hell. You also have small feet compared to our protag. It's kind of charming.
It's the angle, so they're trying to do like see the
foreshortening
the
kind of
foreshortening,
thing.
yeah.
But it's kind of fun.
It does make.
I'm
it
also
look
like,
he has tiny feet.
God damn it! Why are you not wearing socks to cover your damn ankles?
He might be. They might just go real high.
And be the same color as his skin.
Yep. Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay, but it's better than me kicking them. If they want to talk, how can I help?
Fair.
Okay.
I've had blackouts.
Wonderful.
No, they aren't.
Now we're getting somewhere. Wonderful that you're talking. Not the blackouts. What typically happens on days when you lose time?
My model arrives, I paint my portraits, my model leaves.
It's the model leaves.
The model
That's
does
when
it.
it happens.
My model leaves. Sometimes happy, sometimes not.
Exactly like my patients. Sometimes happy, sometimes glaring at me. With murder in their eyes.
Okay.
Okay. More time passes where we assumably talk about
Something, I guess. A few days later.
We've seen him several times, or came back again.
Right.
Let's pick up where we left off. In the last session, you paint your portraits. What happens after your patients leave? Wait, your patients? You call the portraitees like the patient?
I think that you might have hit the nail on the head of going, you're doing your own self-examination. It says, I guess I black out. As far as I understand, it's you just kind of black out.
They leave, and
I
you
mean,
just lose
there
time.
is, technically, he sort of seems to get a little weird, like for a second, but then it just looks like it's, I guess I black out, because that's all we've ever seen him do.
Alright, I guess I black out.
I guess I black out.
I spoke with Madame Bernard.
She told me she was a patient of yours. What did she say? You talk to people, what does she say?
What did she say? We're just like, what did she say?
What did she say?
She mentioned... Oh.
Wait! Something just happened.
Please, share it. I want to be excited too. That's kind of cute.
I saw a layer. My layer.
Reflected in my glasses? Me symbolically seeing into your soul?
I'm not even looking at you. No, you weren't seeing into my soul.
No, not at all. I think it's just frantic.
No, not at all.
Oh. Well, that's disappointing. Where did you see it?
Right there above. Around me.
A secret desire, perhaps?
My own layer. That's the first time.
I see. It is interesting that it's actually like a physical vision rather than a concept or an idea.
What did Madame Dernhardt tell you?
She wondered about the second easel in your workshop.
What second easel?
It has a canvas on it, covered by a sheet. She's mistaken. I don't know what you're talking about. There's no second easel in my workshop.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, that one. Which what?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, in that case, I won't suggest you go immediately to your workshop and rip off that sheet.
You're not making sense.
Oh.
My god, it just happened again. I saw another of my layers.
And it looked very, very erotic in that position, though I imagine it was destitute, based on if you were standing.
Yeah.
But still, in that case, it was.
I was like, it's right
you
over
are repressed.
Yes.
Yeah. Go to your workshop, Marker. Rip off that sheet, if you can. It's all downhill from there. Whoa.
Okay.
All right.
Really?
Lion!
Yes, lion saves. All right, so we will have to go to our workshop in the next one. Hey, so thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. We love having you here. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also share our videos. It really has been fantastic to have your support in that way, but obviously no obligation. But also at the same time, if you'd like to support us more directly, please feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon and our Twitch. We have some links in the description down below. We'd love to see you at any one of those locations. And I have been Scandal.
I just want to say, you can pay us at exposure. Share our videos.
Yeah, you can.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you. Bye!